Trailblazers play before the hometown crowd here in downtown Portland, Oregon. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. For the Portland Trailblazers, they come in off a loss to Denver. That one was real close, too. They lost by just 2 points.
Hey, and you could say they probably were in control for 3/4 of that game, but in that fourth quarter, man, they just fell apart.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Jimmy Butler is out there with Taj Gibson. That's Rajon Rondo. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Wade in at the 2 guard. Bulls on D.
You know, you figured that Dwayne Wade might be a player to finish his career playing for just one team, the Miami Heat. But in the end, things just ended bitterly. Wade had taken less money in the past so the Heat could win titles. I mean, he was done playing for a discount. And the Bulls, boy, did they step up.
Man, he's had 3 good looks at the basket and nothing to show for it.
Lillard dishes to Aminu. Just 5 to shoot. Lets it fly from 18. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Terrific defense. They definitely read the scouting report on this guy and could not have played him more perfectly there.
Rondo passes to Lopez. Tipped away. Here's Wade. Aminu grabs the miss.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
That's really one of his specialties, altering shots in close.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, a breakout year for C.J. McCollum a season ago, becoming part of the most second dangerous backcourt in the league, the Rainmakers, alongside Damian Lillard. He more than doubled his minutes per game and generated, for good reason, lots of buzz as one of the most improved players in the league.
Wade has the open look. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Here's Lillard. And Lillard throws it down.
What a luxury for a staff to have a guard who can do this. Lillard able to elevate quickly for the monster jam.
And sometimes a player's per game numbers, Brent, look better just because they're playing more minutes. That wasn't the case there with McCollum.
No, there was opportunity, and opportunity seized by C.J. He became so much more efficient and more steady with his game as his role grew.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
Wade. Counted his second make in 4 attempts.
As soon as Wade gets the ball that close to the basket, he's going to take advantage of weak defense and score.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. And the shot falls short this time.
He just doesn't seem to be himself shooting the ball right now, guys. Just looks a tad bit uneasy, and that's affecting the result.
Rondo dishes to Lopez. And no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And the basket by Lillard.
Big-time drive from Lillard, and the contact. He has the mindset just to slough it off.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, after the Bulls said goodbye to Derrick Rose, you knew they were going to be in the market for a point guard. And Rajon Rondo stepped right in, and although not a direct replacement for what Rose brings, still a very strong signing. They could have done a lot worse when it comes to filling in that lead guard role.
The Bulls making a switch here. Alicios checked in. Mirotic comes in for Taj Gibson. McDermott's checked in for Butler. And it's Isaiah Cannon in for Dwayne Wade. Trailblazers have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. There's the feed to Aminu. He kicks it to McCollum. Back to Aminu. Now the pass to Ezeli. Portland moving the ball around. Here's Lillard. And then Lillard slams it in.
And there's the problem. Lillard just too quick and too shifty to stop cold on any dribble drive.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago. And for Rajon Rondo, he showed GA that he was still an elite playmaker in his one-year stop in Sacramento. He felt that Chicago, now with Dwayne Wade, was the perfect fit for him.
And Rondo wasted no time when he got to Chicago. It was apparently a big part of the recruiting effort that landed the team Wade. I mean, a lot of changes for the Bulls. But overall, you have to say with Rondo and Wade as their new backcourt, they're in a great spot.
When you think of the most exciting players to watch in the NBA, I mean, the slashers, though, seem to always come to the fore. The players who make their mail attacking the rim. They're so fun to watch.
Well, James Harden really does it best in the league. And I've watched James Harden games on television, but I've also had an incredible pleasure being able to call James Harden games by the court. And to see him manipulate defenders, and I'm not talking about one, I'm talking about 3 and 4 on possessions to find his way to the free throw line. He is remarkable and has an uncanny ability to draw those fouls.
He slithers. He doesn't. I don't know if it's power, although I think he's a very strong, physically strong guy. He controls his body about as well as any slasher in the game.
He controls his body, Kevin, and is able to stop, start, change angles that a lot of players just can't even think about. They just don't even conceive that you're able to do that. That slow down two-step, and he does so many tricky things also, Kevin, with the way he moves the ball around. He extends it away from his body, brings it back in, brings it towards a defender, and then away from a defender, and guess what? It results in free throws most every time.
Something to watch. And that one goes out of bounds. That's touched by Lillard. Bulls trail by 4. Up top, Carter Williams. Covered by Lillard. Leonard with the steal. Pass to Ezeli. Kicks it out to Lillard. Drains it from beyond the arc. Lillard's got 9.
Their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league. And he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Now here's McCollum. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. From the baseline, Chicago grabs the miss.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
Cannon kicks to Carter Williams. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And of the 6 NBA teams that don't share a market with another major sporting team, from baseball, football, or hockey, the Blazers have been around the longest. There's no question Portland is a basketball town.
And Portland making a change here. Davis is checked in. Bobby Portis is checked in for Chicago. Butler comes in for Cannon. And the Blazers, an institution here certainly in Portland. The fans, Brent, passionate and invested in this team.
Well, if I had to pick a top 5 place as a player to play where you're embraced in the community and where they just want to see you succeed, the positivity surrounding Portland is at the top of the list.
Carter Williams kicks to Mirotic. And a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in. Mirotic has got his second basket of the game. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Back to Lillard. A 3. It's rebounded by Portis. For Chicago, they've gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark.
Well, sometimes when you're that wide open, you start to overthink it, and it looks like that's what he did there.
Butler kicks to Portis. He dishes it to Carter Williams. He's made 3 of his 4 free throw attempts in the game. The free throw drops for Carter Williams.
And really, you got to commend the Bulls for the success they've had in the draft. You look at that roster, you see a ton of big minute players who were drafted by the Bulls. They've done a great job of finding players to fill roles within that team.
And the Bulls making a change here. Measury's checked in.
Well, if there's a Rubik's Cube of scoring in the league, Lillard has figured it out, including getting to the free throw line.
And with the Bulls and their draft success, a lot of it has come with picks, Greg, later on in the draft.
Yeah, the last lottery pick the Bulls had was Derrick Rose. Not a bad one there. But since then, they drafted or made trades on draft day to find a ton of rotation players. Give a lot of credit to their scouting department for their continued success.
Here's Lillard. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Man, at the point guard position, are you kidding me? Explosive scoring ability and body control. That results in a bucket and a free throw.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Lisio's checked in, and McDermott subbed in for Portis. Here's Cannon. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Ezeli's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Lillard. Makes it off the glass. Lillard's got 18 points.
Just one of those unbelievable nights from Lillard, although I'm starting to believe loves to put the team on his back offensively.
The offense coming. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys. What do you think they're doing or not doing?
Right from the start, they have been able to really own the paint and just dominate the backboard.
Control the glass, and you control the pace, and you get those extra possessions, which are huge.
So for Chicago right now, at small forward and power forward, it's McDermott and Gibson. Rajon Rondo is up there with Dwayne Wade. And it's Lopez in the center position. Bulls trail by 5. Wade outside. An easy 2 points on the layup. Wade's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for Chicago. And Portland has possession. Their next game is at the Rockets Arena in Houston for a game with the Rockets. They hit the road with that, the first of a 5-game run. And here we go. Fast break. Wade's got it.
Gotta love how Dwayne Wade runs the floor. The transition slam was beautiful there.
And for Portland, they're shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. McCollum dishes to Lillard. Back to McCollum. And the rebound goes to Rajon Rondo.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
And even though he's been on a roll tonight, that one was a bit forced.
Dish now to Lopez. No good from Wade.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Now in the twilight of his career, it's impossible to say that Wade wasn't one of the greatest shooting guards ever to play, Brent. The only question as to where he falls on the list, but many have him in their top 10 for sure.
Well, Wade has been a champion multiple times and has played some of his best basketball, Kevin, when it's been demanded of him in the NBA Finals. He absolutely should be considered one of the top 5 shooting guards to ever play the game, and the numbers back up just about everything you'd want from a guy at that position.
Longley's checked in for Portland. And the Bulls making a change here as well. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Doug McDermott.
And Rajon Rondo, really one of the purest point guards over the last decade when you're talking about assists. I mean, he's a guy with the ball in his hands is very effective at making decisions for the offense, dictating pace. And when he plays off the ball, especially as a spot-up shooter, that's when problems can arise, but he knows how to move without the ball and always seems to find himself in the right place at the right time.
And for Rondo, somewhat of a resurgence last season, gained back much of the confidence he had lost after his tumultuous time in Dallas.
Yeah, I felt like Rondo felt appreciated last year, and there's no substitute for having the support of your team. This is a proud individual, and we're talking about a big-time game.
And you look back, and some players haven't really loved playing in the Northwest. You might include LaMarcus Aldridge in that category, but Damian Lillard certainly has embraced it.
Well, if it couldn't be Oakland for the hometown Warriors, Damian Lillard enjoying his time in the Pacific Northwest. He seems like one of those guys just not drawn to the bright lights and glitz and glamour of the league. He wants to get down to business and get to work. Plays with a chip on his shoulder coming out of Weber State. And he doesn't mind that small town atmosphere and those incredible fans the Blazers have had for years.
Yep, it counts.
Just like it when he gets in there. McCollum using his wingspan to take advantage.
Here's Rondo. No good on that one. And it's Portland the other way.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
And Lillard gets double teamed. Back to Turner. Pass to Aminu. 5 to shoot. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Well, the Blazers signing Al-Farouq Aminu going into the last season for 4 years and $30 million looks like money well spent. For the first time in his career, he shot the ball respectably from the three-point line. That was definitely one of the big knocks in his game, but a tireless worker on the defensive end for Portland.
Shabazz Napier's checked in for the Trailblazers.
As soon as Wade looks up and sees his teammate all alone, simple pass, throws it ahead, uncontested jet.
Now here's Turner. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, smartphones and other technology are ubiquitous nowadays. Clippers head coach Doc Rivers says teams do pay a price. Social media and texting has absolutely hurt chemistry, he said. He recalled his championship season with the Celtics. One of the best things that happened to them was during the preseason in Italy. The players couldn't get a wireless signal, and they had to actually talk with one another. Evan?
Yeah, that connection between players can make a difference. Thanks, David. Brent, you talk about Aminu's three-point shooting. That was a big part of his scoring. Almost half of his shots coming from beyond the arc.
Well, when you play alongside 2 prolific scoring guards, you're going to get a lot of opportunities, feet set from the three-point line. So the 3-and-D role player was something that he played to the hilt.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Especially in a game that is this close, every possession counting. That was just one side wanting it more than the other.
And much like Damian Lillard, C.J. McCollum was likely recruited coming out of high school. Ended up playing, in fact, in a mid-major college, Lehigh University.
Well, he not only started there, he starred there right away. He introduced himself to the nation in March of 2012 with a 30-point performance, stunning Duke in the collegiate postseason tournament. A 15 seed knocking off a 2. That'll draw some attention.
Oh, going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. McCollum's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Hits the three-point bomb. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
Now here's McCollum. He's got 13. Baseline jumper. Again, McCollum missing. Chicago leading. There's 1:54 left to play in the first half. Here's Felicio.
Even
even though he's on the short side for a center, that vertical really evens things out.
For Portland, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. McCollum kicks to Leonard. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
Look, you just don't like turnovers ever, but they happen. Hopefully they'll learn from that mistake.
Lehman, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And the Bulls making a change also. Cannon's checked in. Here's Carter Williams. Can't get it to fall.
He's certainly a threat to finish those opportunities with some style and flair, but the defense did a simply outstanding job preventing that from happening.
Here's Crabbe. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Crabbe's got his first points in this one.
And for a player who's so prolific from beyond the arc, Crabbe has the length and some hops inside to beat you.
Cannon, the pass to Carter Williams. Felicio. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Davis comes in for Maurice Harkless. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Lehman. Turner dishes to Leonard. And stolen by Mirotic. And finished off by McDermott.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And Turner kicks to Leonard. And the foul goes on Isaiah Cannon. That is his first foul of the game. Eight seconds left in the second quarter. Harkless the pass to Turner. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Here's Carter Williams. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And we've finished one half of basketball. Bulls out front. They lead by 6. And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. They're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
The way he was able to attack the rim in that first half, defenders are going to need to start building walls and being connected defensively if they want to have any chance to stop him.
Yeah, right now he's seeking out every gap and he's getting into every single one of them, bringing up some big numbers there.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Portland, we've got Mo Harkless. Crabbe is out there with Turner. Then there's Myers Leonard. And it's Davis in the 5 spot. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. The shot by Wade, no good. And when you think of the Blazers' history, Brent, this is a team with a somewhat star-crossed history when it comes to injuries.
Yeah, I remember in the early part of the 2000s, Kevin, how the Portland Trail Blazers were the most feared team. There were championship aspirations at that time. But it's been 10 years now, and maybe some of that bad luck that's always surrounded Portland has worn off.
And they pick up 2. Lopez has got the lead back up to 6 now for the Bulls.
Well, you can't give him that kind of a position in the post.
Absolutely not. Bottom line is the D has to do everything it can to prevent him from getting that deep.
Clock at 4. Here's Turner. Turner missing again. The Bulls leading by 6. Butler dishes to Wade. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. 14 points for Dwayne Wade.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
With his first shot attempt, the Bulls keep it alive. Out to the right wing. Here's Rondo. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Here's Lopez over Davis. And the rejection by Leonard. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. So Chicago ends up going with the new group. On the wing, Turner. Carter Williams covering. And Turner kicks to Leonard. Dishes it to Harkless. Lays it up and banks it in. Harkless has got his first bucket of the night.
And then, guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
But they'll get another chance. McDermott, no one around him. The 10-footer finds the target. McDermott's got the lead up to 8 now for the Bulls. Turner passes to Davis. Back to Turner. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's feed. Turner's got his first bucket in this one.
And that's almost automatic anytime he can get the ball in that position.
McDermott kicks to Carter Williams. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line to try to make it a 3-point play.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
Lonley's checked in for Portland. Napier comes in for Harkless. Brent, we always hear about the guard positions being a point guard and a shooting guard, but do you feel as if those distinctions now are blending and we're not seeing the designation as much?
It has become more of a positionless game, Kevin, and I think what's happened is the offenses in the league are starting to recognize the skill set of some of the players who are coming out of not only high school but college, and using them in various ways where you don't need to specifically be a power forward or a back-to-the-basket player. Those just don't exist anymore. Well, he's not automatic from downtown, but certainly took advantage of the soft defense there.
Grab with the ball. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. And Vonleh has it in the corner. He feeds it to Napier. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. But you think about free throws, getting a shooting foul is one of the best outcomes offensively for most players, and we've got guys in this league that can really do it well.
Still one of the most important aspects, Kevin, of an offensive thrust is to show the officials during any game that you're willing to attack the rim and go in there with fearlessness. Most of those guys end up getting to the free throw line and shooting very effective shots. You're always looking for 1 point per possession, and if you can step to the free throw line with nobody around you unguarded and knock a couple down, it benefits your team.
How often, though, do you think that's the best shot as opposed to driving, drawing a couple defenders in there, then kicking it out?
Well, I think
what the analytics would say on that?
Well, I think you have to be really selective on who it is that you're kicking it out to. But certainly the free throw is one of the most important shots in the game of basketball. And usually the most aggressive team is going to shoot more on a nightly basis.
Kicks to Turner. Shoots from the right block. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
Yeah, he's been precise on offense. I don't think he's made one mistake on that end of the floor so far.
Right side, Butler. And it's Portland with the rebound. A decent amount of time left as they try to find a way back into it.
Yeah, but it will be soon if they don't start cutting into this deficit. The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Passes to Mejri. Outside Butler. Mejri, the pass to Butler. Clock at 6. 13 feet away. Trabb pulls it in.
can't fault him for taking the open look, guys. Just didn't go in for him. But, you know, he'll look to shoot that one again.
Davis dishes to Grant. Out of hand on it. Pushing it up. Butler kicks to Portis. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. One thing the Bulls have to deal with that is unique to their franchise, Greg, is a extremely high expectation factor from their fan base.
And when you have a rich franchise history like the Bulls, it's a double-edged sword. Fans can always look back at the great years in the 90s, but they'll always long for a return to those days, and sometimes the expectations can be too much. And when you talk about what a two-way player is in the NBA, Jimmy Butler epitomizes that. I mean, he can carry a team on offense in so many ways. You know, he came up more so as a defender and has continued to wear that role with pride. And I think that's one reason why, if you're a Bulls fan moving forward, you have to feel good knowing that he's one of the cornerstones of your franchise.
Chicago making a switch here. Lopez, he's checked in for measuring. Gibson comes in for Portis. Dwayne Wade's checked in for Mirotic. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Carter Williams.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble.
Love to see some trademark Dwayne Wade aggressive slashing. To the basket.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. And usually you hear the two-way player and someone is talking about a big man. But Jimmy Butler can make that impact as a guard.
And that is what makes him special. I mean, few shooting guards can match his prowess and wingspan, coupled with his defensive instincts. And his leadership comes from the fact he plays on both ends of the floor.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. 59 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Cullen passes to Lillard. Back to McCollum. To the inside. Here's Leonard. And finished off by Leonard.
One thing you notice about Leonard, he shouldn't be just a good outside shooter. He has the wingspan and verticality to be a factor at the rim.
Trailblazers trailed by 13. And Michael Carter Williams gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Out of bounds, Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
Well, coaches always tell you, if you take a chance, you better get it.
Here's Lillard. Here's Ezeli. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. It's going to be on Michael Carter Williams.
And when Ezeli sets that big body in motion, very difficult to avoid fouling it.
And he sinks the second. Chicago with the ball. It's off to Utah for him after this game as they take on the Jazz. That will be their second of 6 road games for the team. Back to Portis. Here's Felicio. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Here is Lillard. Offline. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Last outing for the Bulls, it was a loss to the Wizards. On the court for the Bulls, getting this fourth quarter started. Rajon Rondo is up there with Dwayne Wade. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Gibson in the 4 slot. And the call will be against Robin Lopez. And that'll be his third foul so far. Trailblazers trail by 13. Lillard outside. McCollum against Wade. Leonard. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Lillard attacking. Feeds it to Ezeli. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And Damian Lillard most dangerous from the perimeter, but he's really worked on his finishing inside.
He's a superior athlete, so he's learning right now how to get his shot off on the inside with all the length and athleticism of an NBA big man. He's working on that floater, finishing through contact. I think he's making big strides. He's getting more and more confident in that area.
Ed Davis is checked in for Myers Leonard. Inside, stolen by McCollum. Lillard dishes to Ezeli.
Yeah, fouling Ezeli inside, typically a good strategy given his inconsistency at the line.
No good on the free throw. Brent, when you played, you were one of the best passing wings in the NBA. How did you come about developing that play style, that skill of feeding others so well?
Huge influence for me, Kevin, growing up was Pistol Pete Maravich. I watched a lot of tapes, and maybe people out there remember old VHS tapes of homework basketball that Pistol Pete put out, and I watched those incessantly and went out in the driveway and tried those things, and then eventually frustrated every coach that I played for. But I had an innate ability to see the floor, some peripheral vision that I tried to use to my advantage, and I enjoyed always making the play for the next guy.
And you both came from basketball families. His dad was his coach at LSU.
That is correct. And although Press wanted Pete to shoot a lot, and he did.
And he did. And you?
And I was more of a pass-first guy.
Yeah.
I think with my dad, he took all the shots away from his teammates. I wanted to be a better teammate.
He took a family's worth of shots, right?
That is correct. And I spent years making up for it.
It's McCollum.
Boom!
Okay.
That's how you attack. Wow.
Well, as his confidence grows, McCollum gets himself into attack mode, and that's where his game goes to another level. Beautiful drive by the young phenom.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Crabs checked in. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Butler against Lillard. The feed to Ezeli. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
Well, even the dentist would tell you that's a sweet move for that lay-in. And yeah, you got to love his tenacity.
You know, Greg, when Jimmy Butler is out there, you have to be aware of just how explosive a player he can be. When he turns it on and gets in that groove and feels the rhythm, he can completely take over a game with his scoring.
And Kevin, I'm sure you remember that 53-point outburst he had last season. Butler has games where he has everything that kind of just falls into place.
And he gets his scores in so many ways, but usually when he goes off, it's because he's getting to the free throw line.
Out to the wing. Gibson passes to Butler. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That'll be his second foul of the game. Turner's checked in for Portland.
In for your Trailblazers, Evan Turner.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Now, here's Wade. Guarded closely.
Wade.
Count it. And the Bulls lead by 15.
You smell that, Kevin? Dwayne Wade cooking with gas.
Here's Lillard. Gibson with the steal. And Butler, here we go. And slam dunk by Butler.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
The Bulls making a switch here. Alicios checked in. Mirotic comes in for Taj Gibson. Kennedy's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And Michael Carter-Williams subbed in for Rajon Rondo. So for the Trailblazers, Leonard, he's checked in for Azili. And McCollum subbed in for Alan Cram. Valentine's checked in for the Bulls.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
The Bulls leading by 18. Now here's Carter-Williams. There's Cannon with the three. And a great assist by Carter-Williams as that one goes in. Carter-Williams has got 4 assists in the game. Turner dishes to Lillard. Will it go? And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
Well, if he was wearing a badge, it'd be one of courage. He rose up and actually took that shot.
Here's McCollum. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And anytime you see a player 7'1" who can shoot threes, Brent, that's going to draw some attention. But for Myers Leonard, still some work to do. Where do you think he can get better?
Well, there are minutia parts of a center's game that Myers Leonard can be better at. Better screen setter, try to be more physical at times, getting a few more boards and increasing his impact defensively. That can be a building block for his team.
And here are the Bulls now. Carter-Williams kicks to Mirotic. The pass to Carter-Williams. Just 5 on the clock. Takes the three. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Lillard.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
On the wing, Turner. Davis kicks to Lillard. It's stolen by Carter-Williams. Pass to Mirotic. In the corner, Valentine with it. Here's Felicio. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Trailblazers trailed by 18. McCollum kicks to Lillard. And Lillard throws it down.
Yeah, not something you want to do. You let Lillard drive all the way to the rack, and he will throw it down.
Chicago's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Carter-Williams against Lillard. Cannon kicks to Valentine. Clock at 6. He dishes it to Mirotic. And airballs the triple. That one was way off. Three-pointer, Lillard. That's in there. Davis with the assist. And that's now 29 points for Damian Lillard.
And you can see one thing about Lillard, he does not need much time or space to get a quality shot off.
Cannon, the vast Demiritich. And they call an illegal screen here.
Yeah, good call there. I mean, feet clearly moving when he set the screen.
A different look now for Portland. Bazili comes in for Davis, and it's Aminu in for Turner. And Portland with the ball. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. A three from McCollum, and the rebound goes to Lopez.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
Great effort to go out and challenge that shot. Hard to stay cool under that kind of pressure.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Bulls.
And it may be a comfortable win for them, but they had to weather a few storms along the way, and that's all part of the story.
Yeah, Kevin, this was by no means the runaway that it might appear to be. It was a scrappy performance, though, all the way through.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone. Just a quality win, and you look at the box score and some really good numbers for Lopez.
Man, that guy just spent so much energy tonight at the offensive end of the floor. You'd think his defense would have suffered. Well, not in the least. He was awesome on both ends.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
23 seconds left in the game. The shot by Lillard, wide open. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul. Fourth team foul.
We've got 13 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
Trailblazers foul. Damian. That's his third personal foul.
He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 9.
Line for the Bulls.
Wade is a very consistent performer from the foul line. This is why you always avoid fouling him if you can. And those could be daggers. That trip to the line puts this one out of reach.
Three-pointer, Lillard. That one doesn't drop. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. And as the fans file out of the building, now time to head over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith for the postgame show.
No, I don't know the truth.